Midaguyab, Ambane Washtewa Chimnagab, Dayaya Hibich, Chaje Mitawane Tashunga Sabane Jemangiab, Washiju Chaje Mitawane Dr. Kenneth Ryan Jemangiab, Wadopa bi Oyademi ne Jemadahanch, Shiobahanen Matumbich, Tabech awakba nenish wayawak da im namnach. Tabech awakba nen wayawa ne itkuswa ano. All of my relatives, I want to welcome you today. It is good to see you. I'm glad all of you are here to watch my presentation. My name is Tashunga Saba, which in Assiniboine translates to his black horse. My English name is Dr. Kenneth Ryan. I am of the Wadopabi, or canoe paddler Assiniboine people of the Fort Peck Indian Reservation. I'm from that clan. I was born at Shiobaha, Prairie Chicken Hill, 5 miles west of Wolf Point, and I went to school all of my high school career at Wolf Point in the Wolf Point school system, and I graduated from the Wolf Point school system. I want to welcome you and thank you today for allowing us to share this Building Worldviews Using Traditional Cultures project. Behind me you'll see a map of, a partial map of North America. As an Assiniboine, I've been asked to begin with talking about traditional Assiniboine lands. When we talk about traditional Assiniboine lands, before I get there, as you will see, there's a small patch of 2 million acres of Fort Peck Indian Reservation land. And people say, this is our homeland, we are here, this is our sacred land, which is true. But prior to Columbus sailing from Spain, coming over and finding this country, the traditional Assiniboine tribal lands began over here in Ontario. We have a name for Lake Superior, which is Mniwaji, which means the first ocean. Over here we have Lake Winnipeg, which is called Minisha. And the Red River, which flows down the whole eastern boundaries of North Dakota, is called Minisha. And why do they call this Lake Winnipeg Minisha? It's because in our ancient times we could get red pipestone here. And the water is red because of the red pipestone. In terms of geography, we're looking at Western Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and northern Montana, and northern North Dakota. This is original traditional Assiniboine territory. Amongst the Assiniboine, there are 33 clans. At the beginning of this presentation, you heard me say that I'm of the canoe paddler Assiniboine people, Wadopa Oyadebi Jemadahanch. The canoe paddler Assiniboine are one of 33 clans of the Assiniboine. And here on my home reservation of the Fort Peck Indian Reservation, around a place called Tabech Awakba, which is Wolf Point, this has been the traditional wintering grounds of the Wadopa Oyadib. At Oswego, or what is now Oswego on the map, this is the place of my mother's people who were called Iatuamb, Rock Clan Village. And at a place called Fraser, which our people call Chashushka, or Box Elder Tree, Fraser is the current home of the Haudenosaunee, or the bottom of their tents are red people, the red bottom people. Over on the Fort Belknap Indian Reservation, there are 2 clans of Assiniboine, one up along the Milk River, which is called Wadopachnatua Oyadib, canoe paddlers of the prairie, and out at Lodgepole is a place which is that clan is called Iachewinchashta. Those are the 5 clans of Assiniboine who are currently within the state of Montana. And so as we start talking about our original Aboriginal traditional lands, we talked about Lake of the Woods, we talked about Manitoba, and when we get into Canada, where we have into Saskatchewan, where we have other place names, Regina, Saskatchewan is called Huhu Ojubin. the place where there's a lot of bones. Moose Jaw is called Ta Chehub. Lots or Ta Chehub, a moose's jaw. When you get up to North Battleford, that's called Ogeechee or Battle Creek. When we get to Saskatoon, we call that Wimba Zokawakpa, the place of many sarvis berries. When we get over to Alberta, we get to Calgary, we have a place called Wichishbayaza, little brother's sore elbow. This is what we call Calgary. And when we get to the Rocky Mountains, we call the Rocky Mountains Iachetanga, or Big Mountains. Now, as we come down into Montana, and this is what this is all about, I would ask my assistants to bring up the map of Montana, and so therefore we will get to more specific sites here for you in your class. And we have here, which is the state of Montana, we have Saskatchewan, we have North Dakota, and we have here the Fort Peck Indian Reservation.